Hello, my name is Chris Crosby. I'd like to show you my script I wrote called ios6Recover. Basically, it will crawl through a iTunes backup of a iPhone running iOS 6 and extract any useful information that could assist in an investigation or just shine light on what's been stored on the iPhone. A little background first. The iPhone currently runs iOS 6. As you can see here, it has a very large share of the marketplace. It could arguably be the most prevalent operating or mobile operating system on the market today. The way an iPhone backs itself up is it's paired to an instance of iTunes, which is installed on a home computer, and the system will, every time it's plugged into sync, it will provide a backup to the home computer, which would in turn allow an investigator to find out what's on the phone without actually having to have the phone. So every computer is different depending upon its operating system. On a Mac, the iPhone's backup can be found in the following directory that I just highlighted. And if you're running a Windows system with an older version of iTunes, it would be found here in the user's documents and settings folder. And on Vista and 7's computers that are capable of running iTunes 11, it would be found in this directory. Regardless of the system you're on, doing a search for a mobile sync directory will provide you the location of the iPhone iOS 6 backup. Quick look at the code that I wrote. It's very straightforward. The user starts the Python script, uses a -p, and then the iPhone directory. At that time, it goes in and isolates all the common files that are associated with SQLite databases, such as SMS, contacts, calendar, calls, and notes. It also parses an XML file called info.plist to get the phone's GUID, which is a hexadecimal unique identifier for every iPhone. No two iPhones have the same GUID. And it creates a destination directory to put the output using the GUID along with a timestamp. I did it this way so in case a analyst wanted to run the script against an iPhone's backup directory more than once, they wouldn't have to worry about overwriting existing data. And beyond that, as you can see here, just in the comments, it just goes through and processes all the information on the iPhone and puts it into its own directory. To show you a little bit about what an iPhone backup directory looks like, you can see this one right here is been graciously donated by my wife. She allowed me to use her iPhone and make a backup and then go through, test my script on it. Very gracious of her for that. We'll take a look inside. From the OS view, you can see the iPhone backups are just a series of files that are named after a SHA-1 hash. Each one of these files could be anything from an XML document to a text document. It could be web cache. It could be a voicemail recording, a JPEG, or a PNG. My script essentially goes through these files, determines what it is, and puts it in the appropriate place. And in some cases, we give it the appropriate tag so that the OS's programs know which application to open it with. Some of these are also SQLite databases. You can see right here. These files are actual standardized names for SQLite databases that can be queried to yield results that I'll show you in a little bit. So to run the script, you run it no different than any other Python script. Give it the P and pass it that, and it will crawl through the directory and get all the pertinent information. So we see now we have a directory which is the iPhone GUID along with the date and time that it was taken. So if we go through, we'll see that there's several directories created given the type of data they have. I find it a little bit easier to look at it through the File Explorer. So we can see we have them here. I'm not going to show you all of these for my wife's privacy and also for the privacy of all the people on her address book and who sent her messages. There are a few things we can show. This is a CSV file taken from the calendar. As you can see, it's a pretty simple document. It's all it would show would be the name of the appointment, the time of the start, and the end if the user provided any end time. Same for calls. Contacts are provided in a similar manner. Images are separated in a JPG or a PNG format. JPEGs are traditionally put on the iOS through the camera, through email attachments, or through web browsing. We can see here that there's quite a few of them, and they come via web, mostly through web browsing. You see this one right here was a photo of a pattern that was taken using the camera. It's stored no different than anything else. PNG files are very similar, except the most common way they make it onto the phone is through multimedia texting. When someone texts a photo from one person to another, it's normally sent as a PNG file. Here's one that was sent and reformatted for the text window in the iPhone. Notes is it's another thing that is given to they put in SQLite format and also in CSV. We also have our text messages are given, and also voicemails. Now, voicemails are stored, as far as I know, forever. Some of these were erased off my wife's phone, but they are still in the backup directory. And the most recent backup that I took, which I believe was July 18th. But as we can see, many of them are still here. Just give you a little guidance. They play their AMR files, which I think stands for Apple Mobile Recording, and they play with QuickTime. Let me show you real quick.
Sorry, your number was on my phone, and
So that's a random recording taken off my wife's phone. That was a voicemail left for her at one particular time. So the SQLite databases are actually the original databases that came off the phone. They're no different. They've just been renamed to give the user a more meaningful name. I'm going to open up a few of those here using a SQLite Manager plugin for Mozilla Firefox. I find this a lot easier than using the command line. So we'll see. We should be able to do the SMS without providing too much PII. So if we open, we can see that there's quite a few, about 10 tables. Each one with a few fields. In iOS 6, the FaceTime chat is also kept within the messages. We see we can take the messages table, do a simple query on that. And you can see right here that it goes all the way back to the very first message she got when my wife activated the phone and got a welcome to the AT&T network. So with that being said, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me. I can be reached at ccsb01@students.poly.edu. Thank you very much.